Good? Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
All right, so I'm super excited. My name's Tammy.
Heather.
Amazing. Heather. Okay, so we are going to teach about Young Living CBD oil today. Young Living just came out with CBD oil, and we want to explain why it's different than anything else on the market, how it affects your body, why you should be using it, some case studies, and amazing information. So for me, I'm actually going to be working out of this book. It's incredible, and it just gives you really quick points about like all the CBD information. And then Heather's working out of her brain.
Yes, and so the studies that I'm going to talk about, you can look up yourself, but I'm just working from my brain.
Right, yeah, her brain is amazing. She had to shave off all her hair because it literally, like, there was just no more room, right? It was going to explode. So that's what happened. So in the 1940s, a compound named cannabinoid, which is CBD, was discovered. This led to the 1992 discovery of another system of the body, which was the endocannabinoid system. And I said cannabinoid.
Endocannabinoid.
Cannabinoid system. Yes.
Okay, so what your endocannabinoid system is a system of receptors in your brain and your entire body that accept cannabinoids. And you get cannabinoids from many different places. Endocannabinoids are made inside your body, and cannabinoids are made in plants outside of your body. And you can get them from many different things. CBD is one cannabinoid. It is cannabidiol. There's other cannabinoids as well, but we're going to focus on CBD.
Yes. Okay, so there are two endocannabinoid systems in the body. Wait, no.
Receptors.
Receptors, right? Okay, so there's the CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors.
Right.
So your CB1 receptors focus more on motor activity, thinking, motor coordination, appetite, short-term memory, pain receptors, and immune cells. Now your CB2 receptors work on your gut health, your kidneys, your pancreas, the skeletal muscles, the bone, eyes, tumors, reproductive system, immune support, respiratory tract, skin, central nervous system, cardiovascular system, and liver. So we see how this system of the body can really cover many things because it's talking to. That's you're talking. So we got to talk right.
And CB2 is the main receptor for your entire immune system.
Yes. Exactly. So that's an important one when we're working on the immune system, because I know for my family, we are using immune support oils, especially here at convention, because there's people everywhere.
Right.
So if I can actually get the essential oil to talk better to my body,
right,
it will do its job better.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
Right. It's amazing. Another thing, the endocannabinoid, well, you already said that.
Yeah,
it regulates pretty much, your endocannabinoid system is basically the regulator of all of your other systems in your body.
Right.
And another thing, if one system in your body isn't functioning properly, like your endocannabinoid system, if you don't have extra cannabinoids going into that system, then that system is not functioning properly. And if one system in your body doesn't function properly, then every other system in your body cannot function properly.
Yes. Amen to that. Right? So it's kind of like a domino effect, right? We all lined up those dominoes as kids, and then your brother came along and like tapped it like a jerk. Or maybe that was just mine. And it's like one goes down and the other goes down. That's why we start to see when your health starts to decline, you end up at the doctor more and more and more. So if we can work on a system of the body that helps all of the systems, you're going to see you not falling below the wellness line more and more, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah. I think of it as like padding.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Like, for if you fall, you have padding?
I like it. I got a lot of padding. Okay, great. So THC is the cannabinoid that interacts with CB1 receptors, mainly in the brain and the central nervous system. On the other hand, CBD comes from the hemp plant, Cannabis sativa, and does not sativa, and does not interact with the body in the same way. Therefore, with CBD2 or CB2 receptors, and has more of an impact on the immune system, the gastrointestinal system, and the peripheral system. Okay, so when we're using Young Living CBD, we are using a hemp-derived CBD, right? Without the THC.
Well, that is what CBD is. It is hemp. That's the difference between THC and CBD. It's two different plants. So you can
totally go.
So you have the main difference is you have one that has psychoactive effects and one that doesn't. CBD has no psychoactive effects, or THC does.
Yes.
And THC comes from, well, they're both cannabis, but hemp is grown and that doesn't have the CBD. So
yeah,
it's kind of confusing to talk about, but.
Yeah, but people need to understand that if they're using CBD, and we have 0% THC in Young Livings, they're still going to pass a drug test. They're not going to get high. You're not going to go back to the 60s and start wearing tie-dye, right? Like all these things, that's not happening. We're using this for the system of the body to support it to function properly.
Correct.
So that's where I think we need to make sure that people understand they're two different products. Young Living's using the CBD hemp-derived product, okay? So a full spectrum CBD is one that still contains plant material.
It's full plant.
Full plant. Yes.
Plant.
Full plant.
CBD isolate is not full plant. American.
Okay. So the downside to a full spectrum oil is the risk of getting drug tested. So that's the THC one that I was talking about that we don't have. They are positive for trace amounts of THC. The benefit of a full spectrum oil is the terpenes that create a synergistic effect in the body when combined with CBD. We can get the benefit of these terpenes by simply adding therapeutic grade essential oils to the CBD isolate, which that is where your mind is blown in Young Living, right? So that is what is causing this to be completely different than anything on the market. It is not flavored, right? So yesterday somebody's like, oh, you flavored it with peppermint. I was like, no, we did not flavor it. Is it taste different? Yes, but that is not the point of why Young Living did this.
Right.
Okay, so do you want to talk a little bit about why they bridged the gap there?
Okay, so they took the THC out. Was that what you were talking about? So they're taking, so the benefit, there's, on the down low, there's really no benefit to not having, not to having the THC in it unless you are, you want to get high, or you want to get stoned, or you want that euphoric effect. Where Young Living, they took the THC out and they put the essential oils in to go to that CB2, right? CB2 receptor and replace the THC with benefits from the essential oils that are infused.
Exactly. So there are terpenes in essential oils. Okay, so terpenes are aromatic hydrocarbons that are found in essential oils of plants. They affect the CB1 and CB2 receptors and neurotransmitter in the brain and mimic antidepressants. On a 2011 article published in the British Journal of Pharmacology found that the complex interaction between terpenes and cannabinoids like CBD and THC could produce synergy with the respect of treatment to pain, inflammation, depression, anxiety, addiction, epilepsy, cancer, fungal and bacterial infections. Some of the most common terpenes are, bear with me, can you even say that one?
Myrcene.
Okay.
Myrcene.
Lipinin. Limonene. Go, you just say them all.
Caryophyllene. Terpenol and linalool.
Yeah, y'all, they're big words. Okay, so every essential oil that you put on it or mix with it will actually have different benefits. So Young Living was awesome with the CBD, right? So it enhances it. It does its job better.
So when people talk about a CBD with THC, they talk about an entourage effect, and that entourage effect that's what the oils are doing. They're working with the CBD to enhance and specify what the CBD needs to help with.
Right. Okay. So when these terpene-rich essential oils are added to a CBD isolate, they create a synergistic effect on the body. Essential oils can contain several different types of terpenes, including monoterpenes, diterpenes, and sesquiterpenes. Diterpenes. Okay. So there's actually a whole entire chart of which oils have the most of each of the terpenes, and then you find what your body needs, and then you apply that one. So I love this book because it kind of points you in the direction of you advocating for your health and what you need, okay? So with adding therapeutic grade essential oils to increase the impact of the CBD isolate, you are adding to the benefits. So if you're going to be using the one that has the peppermint in it, you can layer it with digees. You can take it with digees, because now we're allowing the benefits of both of those to do even more on the body. So topically, if I'm using an oil and I'm using CBD, black pepper would be a great oil to apply topically with CBD oil, as it contains
analgesic
compounds. This could be used for chronic pain, arthritis, joint pain, and sore muscles. Oils such as copaiba, frankincense, balsam fir, cypress can be applied topically with CBD to decrease inflammation.
So just as a lot of people are going to be, well, why don't you have THC? Why, I don't think it's going to work as well. The entourage effect that THC has with CBD when it is there, present, is the same, if not better, with the essential oils added as the entourage effect instead of THC.
Exactly. Yes. So it's extremely specific, right? So if you're specifically working on the digestive system,
right.
If you were specifically working on inflammation, or if you're helping with emotional support, you would pair it with what you usually use in essential oils, and that will have that boosted effect and very specific on what we need. Okay, so internally, when taken with CBD oil, the essential oil will increase the effect of the CBD in the bloodstream and help to target specific needs. So nutmeg oil can be used with CBD to reduce inflammation and pain and improve digestion, reduce fatigue, and support adrenal glands. Orange oil can be taken with CBD to boost immune system, reduce depression, support heart health, and aid in relaxation. So you see how I use those oils to support my body already. Now when I'm using it with CBD, I'm going to be getting an even bigger effect.
Right. And you, not only with the oils that are already in the CBD, but you can, what is the word I'm looking for? Add your own oils to get the effect that you want to get.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So Young Living already...
Or layer.
Yeah, layer.
Or layer your own CBD.
Exactly. So Young Living already has done it to some of their products.
Right.
So the citrus CBD has grapefruit and orange in it. The cinnamon just has cinnamon. The cool mint has peppermint and spearmint. The muscle rub has tea tree, lemon, peppermint, clove, wintergreen, helichrysum. So I kind of like that I don't have to buy all of those, that I can just buy the muscle rub and use it, and then Young Living's like, hey, this is what you need because we already know you're using the muscle one for some discomfort. Here's what's going to benefit, right? So then the Calm Roller has some amazing oils in it. It has frankincense, lavender, orange, vetiver, ylang ylang. I mean, I use those in a roller ball all the time, and now I'm just adding CBD to kind of boost that effect, so that when the essential oils are in my body, they're talking properly. They're doing their job. If you think about it, the way the system works is when we used to play like telephone as a child and you get to the end of the circle and it's not the same story, that CBD allows the story to be same because it allows them to talk to the receptors exactly the same all the way through the whole entire body.
Right.
So I love it. Okay. What else do you got to add? Because I'm going to do why we use CBD oil.
Just a little bit about when a lot of people, have tried CBD from a gas station or tried CBD from a vape shop, and if you're doing that, then I suggest you stop doing that, because the main thing with CBD, and that's why we're so excited, is the source. The source is number one thing you have got to remember, and this is the only source that's going to be the best, because all of those CBDs that you're getting from gas stations, other countries, when the United States outlawed the growth of hemp in 1937, other countries didn't, and so they continue to grow hemp and use it, because when hemp grows, it sucks up all the bad stuff from the soil and cleans the soil. So those other countries have been doing that at the base of factories where heavy metals are discharged, and they harvest it and sell it back to you.
Oh, it's so sad. Okay, so other countries have like huge regulations about their plants, their oils, their products, everything that they sell. So that's why they're able to grow it in other countries and sell it to the United States, because our regulations are just not up to other countries' standards, sadly. But the truth is the truth and facts are facts, and it makes me sad that people, I know you were saying a lot of sourcing from Canada and China, right?
If it comes from Canada, then it's from
it's from China. Okay, so they filter it from Canada. Okay,
right.
I understand that. So yeah, please be safe when you're using CBD, because even if it gets like a bad rap, a lot of people use CBD and they're like, it didn't work, and I'm like, where'd you get it? And they're like, Walmart. I'm like, okay.
Or I had a man who came into my shop about 2 months ago, and he heard that I used CBD and that I sold CBD, and he said that he bought it from a vape shop, and he started shaking after he didn't have any more, so he was going through withdrawals from the CBD that he got from somewhere else.
That's horrible.
And it wasn't even helping him.
Okay, that's horrible. So please don't do that. I don't want anybody getting sick. The source is definitely the most important, and that's why I haven't purchased CBD until I knew I was getting it with our Seed to Seal standards, which our standards have been put through the United States government, and they have approved all of our standards and made sure that we are doing exactly what we're saying we're doing, and we are the only company that gets to say that. So we don't use any pesticides. We make sure that our water is not contaminated, even further out than organic labeling laws in the United States. We go even further because we understand the water comes down into the crops, right? Our soil has to be completely non-toxic, not use toxics within the last 10 years, or virgin ground. So our Seed to Seal process is absolutely amazing, and I love it, and that's why I trust our source, because like you said, the plant is a cleaner.
Right.
So if it's going in the soil and pulling anything out, we have to make sure that soil is perfect.
Right.
Okay. So why use CBD oil? One thing to consider when researching CBD oil is whether the study is looking at the CB1 receptors or the CB2 receptors. So make sure when you're doing your study that you're looking at the right things. It is important to remember that CB1 receptors are primarily affect the central nervous system. So that's where you get that kind of loopy high feeling, which is fine.
Also the nervous system.
Yeah, and the nervous system. So CB2 receptors mainly affect the digestive system and the immune system, as well as the, she's better with words than I am,
peripheral
nervous system. Here are some things we know about CBD and the impact on CB2 receptors based on scientific studies. Okay, what I love about this book is it actually is going to give you the study, it's going to tell you what number, and then you're going to go in the back and you're going to look up what exact study they took it out of, okay? So when CB2 targets the endocannabinoid receptors, it regulates the neurotransmitters and the response of neurons. This means it is very good at reducing chronic pain and inflammation. It has been found to reduce sciatic pain and inflammation as well. And in one study, they found CBD to decrease the pain at the site of surgical incisions. It's a little crazy to me. Because of the impact on the digestive system, CBD can increase serotonin and thereby increase mood and reduce anxiety. Subjects of one study took 600 milligrams of CBD daily to reduce social anxiety. This is a common symptom many women experience after having children. Thank you, children, for screwing us up forever. Due to the fluctuating hormones, okay? So the endocannabinoids can be found in breast milk, and CBD is generally thought to be safe for pregnant women and nursing women, which is amazing, right? Because now we're moving into when women have depression, post-traumatic stress, or postpartum, we can now start to use something that is going to support their body, and we know that it's not going to harm the baby, right? Because that's a lot.
And it supports breast milk. And I don't know which study it is, and I don't know where I read it, but it also helps with the mood of your child and their sleeping patterns and eating patterns.
Okay, so every pregnant woman
look
I
that
know
up.
gets you some CBD because I want a happy child at 1 month old.
Well, and also since our CBD doesn't have THC in it, then if you use it while you're pregnant and they give you a drug test when you get to
right.
the hospital, you're good.
Yeah, as you should be.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So CBD has also been tested with some of the most chronic health conditions that we see in the United States. It was shown to reduce the risk of diabetes by 56% in non-obese individuals and decrease blood pressure. Male subjects were given 600 milligrams a day and found a decrease in resting blood pressure. The anti-anxiety effect of CBD can also work to decrease high blood pressure caused by stress. So the endocannabinoid system is the new frontier of the scientific research. Studies are continuously being done to discover more of its benefits, both for CB1 and CB2 receptors, along with health benefits and overall impact in cannabinoids from the plant.
There's also new research that is telling, or that says that CBD takes unhealthy white fat cells and turns them into healthy brown fat cells. And why is that good?
Because I don't want to be chubby anymore. So that is amazing, right? So if you are somebody who struggles with weight, so we have to think about the cell. A lot of times we can't lose weight because our cells are so unhealthy, right?
Right.
So that's why all these fad diets really don't work, because yes, you'll lose a lot of weight, but your body's still functioning in an unhealthy homeostasis, right?
Because, well, it's not in homeostasis.
Right.
It's working towards homeostasis. And homeostasis is basically a balance within your systems. So the prefix homo means same. So you want all of your systems to work at a balance. So that's what CBD and essential oils work with your body to do.
I love it. Okay, so everybody run and grab you some Nature's Ultra, right?
Yeah.
I said that right?
Yeah.
Great. It's amazing, and you can get it right now. Make sure that you get hooked up with whoever got you into Young Living or whoever's getting you into Young Living so that we can get it to you at the cheapest price possible. And this stuff is amazing. It's seriously, like, I was up there today trying it out, and it's crazy how many people are like, they put the muscle rub on, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, that works, like, right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I seriously can't wait to go home and try all of it. So, all right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for watching us, and I appreciate all of you.